MP wa Dagoretti North kwa kuja kusaidia kulaunch hii Mathare Floods Disaster Fund, na niwashukuru wana Mathare wote for the resilience that you have shown during this floods disaster. Mathare constituency was the worst hit, not only in Nairobi, but I think in the whole country. We had about 5,200 households that were affected, close to about 20,000 people who were displaced and are now in various camps. They are in camps now that was at Valley Bridge, another one was at PAG, another one was at Undugu, ingine ilikuwa kule 4B, Chiefs Camp, hapa tuwaweza, like the young man has said, SDA iko hapa. There were many camps, and those camps continue to hold our people who are living in conditions that we must now intervene in, which is the purpose of the launch of this fund, that there is a waiting disaster. Like has been said, there are very poor sanitary conditions in terms of toilet facilities and access. Mothers and how they lactate their children. Mothers and how they access dignity and sanitary conditions. Watoto who are teenagers mixed together with wazee and young teenage girls are conditions that are a recipe for disaster in terms of a health brewing humanitarian crisis. This gap is what we have identified by myself and the partners who are here as the Member of Parliament, that we need to do an urgent intervention to ensure that people, wherever they are, even before we transit them to where they will go, they have a right to dignity. They have been attended to in terms of their welfare. Access to food has been coming, blankets, mattresses, and I want to thank all donors, international organization, UNHCR, Red Cross, wafadhili wote kutoka government, national government, individuals, na hawa CHPs who have volunteered. Young people like Akaja with no skills, wale walikuwa naingia kwa maji, risking their lives to save children. Wote nawapigia asante sana. Our DCC and the entire administration, village elders, na wote who rallied together. It is in time of crisis like this that you know that people do not have a tribe, do not have a religion, do not have a political party. These are one people, and they responded like their fellow human beings were affected. Mujipigie makofi watu wa Mathare kwa ile kazi mlifanya. In the wake of that, there has been an outpouring of messages of goodwill, messages of condolences from within, from the churches where I worship, from Parliament where I come from abroad, people in diaspora asking how can we assist. And I have been slow to make any definitive intervention because I wanted to give the various agencies time to do the things that they can do. They have done what they could do, but now it is time, as your Member of Parliament, we have put together a stakeholders committee with the administration that we have here, our CHPs, our volunteer doctors, mahospitali zetu za KMTC, Lions, NCCK, na zile shirika zote zilitusaidia in previous medical camps. Farm technologists, wale led by Dulo and his team, have come together to try and see that we can have a 2 weeks camp. Hii 2 weeks medical camp will respond mainly to the big camp which is at Huruma ground, which is the main camp that is holding our people. It will also respond to this camp that is behind us here called Undugu, which is the second biggest camp. There will also be mobile clinics that will respond to the PAG, to the Kosovo Chiefs Camp Kule, to Tuaweza Chiefs Camp, camp where people are staying, to Tuaweza, and also to the hundreds of people who did not go to camps but were affected and displaced and walienda kukaa na relatives wao in various places. Those people are still displaced wherever they are, staying with other families. Pia hao wanahitaji msaada of a medical nature. People are about to resume schools. These schools mahali walika, the infrastructures are broken. I saw Mathare Old Primary School hapa, maji imeingia ikasomba all the documentations, sahi ndio wanajaribu kuzianika. I have seen Valley Bridge, ukuta imeangushwa chini. I have seen Salama Primary, maji na matope yako kwa madarasa. And the many schools that are here, the government must intervene to not only ensure that it is healthy and sanitable for our children to go there. Vile Mama Dago amesema, haya macho kwa sahizi hayawezi kutumika. The disaster fund that we have within the CDF cannot be enough. The Ministry of Education and the national government must do what you call affirmative action for informal settlements. Informal settlements are a special place where people at the very lowest ebb are staying and they require an assistance of its own. So tunawauliza kwamba that intervention must be made. This fund that we are launching today, apart from the medical camp, we will be able to reach out to people who died. There are a number of people confirmed deaths wawili kutoka Mabatini. One from Ngei, one from Huruma, one from Kosovo. Some have buried, some have not. There are others who are missing. 5 from Lango Kubwa, 4 from Mabatini, and 1 from Kiamaikol. And the many others who also lost their property like Bena. Bena mali huko tena tu weke mkono so that the new media people wale walikuwa wakuone. Ghetto Pharmacy huko pia wamepoteza mifugo mingi. But huyu kijana Bena kutoka Ngei alipoteza his pigs that he rears that are close to over 50. Na watu wengi wale waliadhiriwa. We are trying to see wale walikufa if we can get a decent send-off and burial for them, possibly get waivers for the mortuary fees, tuwatafutie sanduku and transport to be able to reach home. This disaster is also going to respond to our volunteers who sacrifice and with sleepless nights and little in terms of tools and facilities na mavazi. Tuwatafutie vile wanaweza kurespond tena siku ingine in terms of their toolkits and their tools of trade and possibly even some form of appreciation. So with those, because tuko na shughuli ya kupea bazari watu wa Kiamaikol hapa, I now want to launch officially hii medical funds appeal. First of all, I would like the pay bill. Ile pay bill iko hapa, hiyo ndio ninataka hii kwanza muilete hapa. So nataka iwekwe hivi.
Mnajua tumekuwa na nyinyi tangu mkasa wa mafuriko ikatukumba. Sasa ni kuomba kwamba tushirikiane na ofisi ya mheshimiwa, ofisi yangu, through the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, elders, village elders na CHPs. Wale tuko hapa na tumeadhirika, ni vizuri tuhakikishe kwamba ile jina tulipeana, ile namba ya kitambulisho tulipeana inawiana jina yako, namba ya kitambulisho na simu yako ya Safaricom. Mnanisikia? Tuhakikishe hiyo imelingana wale tumeandikisha majina yetu. Na mimi ni pole zangu mingi, tutaendelea kusaidiana, lakini ni vizuri mliona president alikuwa hapa Monday akasema kwamba anataka kupanga vile mutapata nyumba decent housing through the social housing program. Lakini meanwhile kuna wafadhili wanataka kutusaidia na pia serikali. Tukipewa hiyo pesa kidogo tutafute nyumba, tafadhali tutafute nyumba tutoke kwa camps. So ninawaomba mtu wenye watapewa, UNICEF wako around, wako hapa Lions. Nasikia leo ama Monday wataanza hiyo cash transfer. wenye jina yao inawiana na kitambulisho na namba ya simu. So kama unajua ulijiandikisha na majina yako haisemi, umeandika jina Kanini, Kamathai, namba ya kitambulisho umepeana ingine, namba ya simu ni ingine, hiyo haiwezi ikapewa pesa. Safaricom wanapeangwa jina, wanaambiwa hii jina kitambulisho ni hii na namba ya simu ni hii. Wakiona hiyo jina ambatani na namba ya kitambulisho na namba ya simu, hiyo pesa uanga inarundi, haitawekwa. So nitawaomba wenye tuko na tulipeana majina, tutaona chiefs, assistant chiefs, tufanye hiyo collection. Sawa sawa. Na hiyo ingine tukipata hiyo cash transfer kidogo, tutafute nyumba, tukingoja vile tutaelekezwa mambo ya social housing. Leo pia mheshimiwa, tuko na wageni wa slab upgrading, Director Madam Mary, nafikiri yako na watu wa UNICEF. Wacha niende huko, nikimaliza nirundi nao hapa pia wawaeleze hiyo mambo ya slab upgrading na vile hizo social housing tutafanya. But meanwhile ni vizuri sasa mtu akipewa hiyo pesa kidogo atafute room aendelee na maisha. Record tuko nayo kwa ofisi yangu, mheshimiwa ako nayo wakiwa mbunge hapa na mheshimiwa Arachi, wataweza kupitisha policies zenye sitawasaidia. Sawa sawa. Kwa hiyo machache, wacha niende hapo Lions niwaakilishe, nisikie vile UNICEF na World Vision inasema, then I'll come back to you. We are very much together. Mheshimiwa wenu mnaona amewafikiria sana. Kuna ndawa tulipewa na MSF sikaletwa hapa Lions na nasikia ni kama simeisha. Atatusaidia sasa, ndawa zingine sitakuja na ataleta medical camp. Kwa hivyo naomba tushirikiane na all the organizations zinatusaidia ndio tuweze kusaidika sote, na asanti, Mungu awabariki.
Asante
in Mathare to support Honorable Oluoch as he launches the appeal for this disaster for his people of Mathare. But just to say in terms of the national government, that the coordination that we have must be a coordination that now removes people from the camp and they go. But we cannot just come and say we have the rent. We need to sit down with all the teams, Red Cross, UNICEF, so that even when you're doing cash transfer, you're doing a cash transfer knowing very well this person has received, can now leave, and after that you close the camp. They need utensils, they need everything for their children for school. They need school uniforms, they need school exercise books, and many other things. All the bridges, I know Mheshimiwa will speak about that, but they need to look at the schools, and I'm telling the Ministry of Education, please send a team. The same way you went to Karen, you need to come to Mathare to look at the schools, assess them, and see whether Mathare is ready for opening school, or you need some time, especially the toilets. I believe they are all gone, they are down. So sanitation is going to be a big issue, and so we are pleading. We are pleading with government. We need to take all the bodies home. We need waiver in whatever mortuary they are in, most of them at city mortuary, and we need now to see a fund coming in. Every person who lost any human being should now go with dignity home. And I'm saying, let us not look at our people. It has become like our people are no people. When you die without dignity completely. And yes, it's a disaster. Let's not do that as a country. So I'm pleading to the president, we first need to take the bodies and we need to close the camps, but with dignity. Thank you very much. And watu wa Mathare, poleni sana.
Asante, tumpigie